from Los Angeles, California, we're the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has his pants and underwear locked in a dungeon and is currently draping a sheet with one eye hole cut out of it over his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
What's up?
And transmitting to us from Pennsylvania, the Wawa Hoagie addict vampire known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brah, brah.
Happy Halloween, fellers.
Happy.
Oh, you're going to try and crowbar that stupid shit in there?
I was going
Take it
to,
away,
yes.
Shuddy.
I was going to. Happy high holy day of spooky season.
Top of the
There we
season,
go.
spooky
Landed
season
that
morning
one
to you.
gracefully.
Yeah. Like a glove.
Top of the spooky season morning to you. I like that one.
I don't know if we've ever actually recorded on Halloween Day before. I guess this is our, 12th Halloween? So
11th for me.
chances
I
are
think-
we've done a
I
Halloween
think it's
show.
actually your 10th and the show's 11th because it started in December. Didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Either way, we're fucking here. We're doing a show. Shuddy Boy's going to be neglecting a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Well, since I had to work today, since I thought I was not going to be home from work yet, when I left today, I put a giant sign on the front door that said that I apologized for not being here, which I am, but I'm now hiding out in the back room. But there's a giant bowl of candy out front. So,
Well, that'll be gone after the first kid.
well, trick or treat will be over probably around the time we finish the main episode, so we can do a live report on the status of the candy bowl for Patreon.
Sorry, trick-or-treaters. I'm on the internet telling dick and fart jokes.
Well, no, it's sorry I had to work because
Please
My-
don't
I
egg
wanna-
my house. Was that a ghost?
No, that's so I locked the dogs back here in the He-Man / podcast room so they aren't barking constantly when somebody goes to get candy. And that's the boys chasing each other around.
Ah.
But
Well,
one of the stores I run got an order from the Philadelphia Phillies for food for their pregame meal today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So I didn't think I was going to be back from doing that until later.
Huh.
So it's all prepped for that. So I just decided not to upset the apple cart and just leave it go.
there you go. Wow, that is a loud garbage truck out there. So we definitely have some questions for you about your acai baseball adventure. But
Okay.
I do have one potentially scary thing that I have to queue up that is going to take some time to simmer. So we'll get this kicked off, and then while that's simmering, we'll talk about you feeding the Eagles. Nope. The Phillies.
I
Rhyme-
wish.
The Phillies.
The Phillies,
Yeah?
yes.
Yeah. Fucking sports ball. So.
Wait a minute. Is this personal news?
What?
Are you pregnant?
No.
Yeah, what you're about to say is a
but
personal news.
I actually did one time blurt something out that got texted to me in the middle of the show and then had to edit it.
Yes.
But that's public now, so I am going to be an uncle.
Yes, congratulations. I did see Joy posted it on the Instagram.
Yeah, once she goes Insta public with it, that's my cue that I can say it. So yeah.
And I had a comment that said, congrats. I'm glad I could finally say that to you after knowing for a while, but I deleted the nonsense and just went with congrats.
I already knew all this, but it's a good thing you let the people know now. Oh
Yep.
yeah, by the way, congrats.
About fucking time you told everybody.
So, Carl this morning
Is pregnant.
tested positive for COVID. Just in time for Halloween.
I knew it was going to be Carl related. I thought she dumped your ass finally, but
she spent the weekend here. So, I mean, I just got COVID 2.5 months ago. I'm hoping that my shit is still blaring enough to keep it at bay. But I know there's all these fucking fancy new variants going around that are very squirrely and wriggly. So I figured, let's find this out together. I'll do a COVID test right here on the show. I have the little science lab set up here.
So that's why it has to simmer, because it literally has to do its thing.
Yep. So
I thought those things were instant.
They take it. They say up to 15 minutes.
This one takes 10 minutes, I believe. So
I've only taken one COVID test ever. It was entering my grandmother's nursing home. The trick-or-treater sneaking out back.
No, I was wondering if I had anything. If he's going to be on camera, he needs to be wearing some sort of outfit. And I was wondering what I had available.
Bill's girlfriend's hanging out, and we have little Yankee jerseys for little mama that she never wears. But Big Bill's girl put a Yankee jersey on her, and I saw her in a Yankee jersey when I came home, and it was goddamn adorable.
He's just being very... I wasn't home all afternoon.
I always thought dressing up your dog was fucking lame until I got a dog. I kind of get it.
You should be covering your mouth in case you do have COVID instead of...
Who the fuck am I going to give it to? I'm not going to give it to you pussies.
Kevin, if you practice the wrong way, you play the wrong way. You should be covering your mouth all the time.
I'm going to jizz in your mouth, Shuddy. All right, now I have
Why
to
don't you do one of the oral
thingy.
swab ones instead of that? That's gross.
I don't know.
Is that thing more effective?
I don't fucking know. I just
How
went
much
to the
that
store.
test cost you?
$15. All right, now I have to let this
What are you doing?
boogie slime concoction rest for a fucking minute. All right, so I'm going to let that sit for 60 seconds.
Every time showing any symptoms.
Very, very mild. She's got like a light cough. It's a dry one. It's not like a phlegmy, gross, disgusting one. So a little bit of a dry cough, and she's just like tired and a little stuffy, but nothing too bad. I mean, we
are 6 minutes away from the final time that Major League Baseball is set to make a determination about tonight's game.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Big
Shuddy?
stuff. The World Series might be rained out tonight, Kevin.
Really?
Big news for all of us dudes.
All you guys that are into super boring shit.
Or also, somebody feeding the team.
Yeah, so what's going on with that, Shuddy?
MBD. So the woman who coordinates the pregame thing for the Phillies goes into the store regularly, and for the World Series asked us to provide acai bowls for the home games for the team's pregame spread. And I literally just got a text from them that the bowls were amazing from her.
So was this
she's a Philadelphia Phillies employee?
Yes.
Was this like a MasterChef team challenge? Where like the baseball players were there and then you have all your employees and you're like, I thought I said don't make any risotto.
So, no, it wasn't like that there. I did have a Gordon Ramsay moment while we were making on the very first bowl. I sent it back. I said, no, these have to be perfect. Not like that.
Are you
The
trying?
fucking Philadelphia Phillies.
Are you
I
trying
was
to close
very
down
aggressive with it.
Spargo?
I was too much too aggressive with it.
But was it a subpar
It was
acai bowl?
messy. It didn't
Or were you
look
just
good.
trying to fucking flex in front of people?
No. It was there was acai all over the bowl. It was not. It's not a bowl that should have gone out to any customer.
Did you throw it against the wall? Because that would have been sick.
I did not. No.
Did you put
I
two
didn't.
pieces of bread on the either side of that employee's head and go, "You're an idiot sandwich"?
I just told you what I did. That's as far as it went.
Well, God damn it, Shuddy
Okay.
Boy, be more
But is it
interesting.
strike 1 or 2 for that employee?
It was just it was a tension-filled situation, and it was not as much their fault, or it should not. I should not have so aggressively critiqued it, but it went very well.
Stakes are high.
We did 30 bowls for him today. We're doing 30 tomorrow and 30 on Wednesday. And
Does
if
that
this
change
game
if it
does
gets-
get rained out, that's 30 more on Thursday also.
So wait, if it gets rained out, you have to make more acai?
Well, if the game gets rained out and gets postponed, there will be another game in Philly on Thursday.
Yeah, but if it's rained out, can't you be like, well, I'm not making any fucking acai for you freeloaders today. There's no game.
Well,
Okay.
They're probably not freeloaders. I think
They're
they are
not
paying.
freeloading at all.
Are they paying for it?
Yes, absolutely.
The players
So
are.
we want.
Imagine they all like Bryce Harper puts it on his card and they all Venmo Bryce Harper.
But we delivered them to the stadium, and we had to get sniffed by a dog.
Oh, did you
wow.
smell like
That
weed?
doesn't go well for you.
Well, they're like, just wait here. Once they're done sniffing the car in front of you, they'll come to you. And I went, hopefully it's just for bombs. Because, yes, I did have.
You know, I've heard that to dogs, acai bowls and weed smell exactly the same. So if they start barking, that's just the acai.
I did make the joke that I hoped it was only for bombs. But
And that went over well with them.
no, I made that to the store manager who was helping me deliver them.
I thought you said that to like the guard.
No, I did not. I
The
didn't.
Philly fanatic. Imagine the mascots out there. Like,
But they had us.
Or
They
if the
had
Philly
us-
fanatic comes out and sniffs Shuddy Boy's car.
yeah, he's the fucking drug dog.
We were back with the trailers for like MLB Network and Fox and everybody back there. Like, so they let us into the restricted area, but they drove out on a John Deere cart and picked up the bowls from us and then took them back in.
No shit. So how long
I
of a
wish you
day was
got
that for
in there.
you?
It wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, I got into Philly at 1 and I left at 4:00.
So
It
did
wasn't
you
terrible?
were you there watching the baseball players eat your acai bowls and you were just like in the off to the side, arms crossed, just nodding slowly, like, that's right, you eat that shit.
I did just say that they met us outside the stadium and took them from us, and that's as far as we went.
Well, why did that
Jeff?
take 3 hours?
Well, because I got to the city, we started making them at 2. Took an hour to do that, and then an hour to drive to the stadium and back.
Wait, you don't? I thought you guys had a Philadelphia location.
We do. There is traffic.
Oh, well, I understand. I just didn't think it would take an hour to get from the Philly store.
Well,
to
it
the
took
stadium.
15. It took 15 minutes to get there. Then we waited like 10
Yeah.
for them to come out and get them, and then it took about like 25 minutes to get back.
So you guys usually do like Grubhub, right? Or
Yeah.
DoorDash. Is there like a cold like travel sack? A cold bag you keep the acai in?
We did it with Coleman coolers today, buddy. This is not something we typically do.
So were they all watery and shit by the time you actually got there?
Nope.
Like leaving an acai bowl out for an hour is a death blow. So
Well,
those coolers did
like
the job?
I said, No, when we got there, we had them packed in ice in a cooler. They were good, and we told them that to put them into the freezer until they were going to serve them.
And you didn't even try to be like, can I watch them eat?
Could you, Kevin, say that question again? Could you imagine someone asking that question?
I could imagine Shuddy asking it.
Can we watch them eat?
Look, I made these things. Can I at least watch them get enjoyed?
I just want to make sure.
That's a Wednesday question.
Why? Wednesday there's the potential to watch them eat?
Well, let's fucking impress them for 2 days before I go asking any weird questions. Like, I'm kind of hoping that by Wednesday they're like, do you want to come in and watch the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I do.
You should have your store manager ask the dumbass questions.
Oh, he's on board. Like, I'm like, when we were driving away, I'm like, hopefully Wednesday they'll invite us in. He's like, that's what I'm hoping for too. So he's a big Phillies fan.
So who else is in the World Series right now?
The Houston Astros
versus Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And how many games does it take to decide a winner?
It's a best of 7 series.
Ugh, it's so boring. Holy shit. So they haven't played any games yet?
Awesome.
They've played 2 so far in Houston.
Oh. And how's it going for your team, Shuddy?
It's tied right now, 1-1.
Oh, God. I'm hoping that these acai bowls infuse them with the energy they need to win.
Listen, if the Phillies take all 3 games in Philadelphia, I'm not going to say that it's because of us, but I'm also not going to say it's not because of us.
I mean, that's a thing right there. I'd be like, look, for, social media purposes, can I take pictures of them eating? And then if they win, it's our new campaign.
Because of name and likeness rights kinds of things, they cannot do anything like that for us.
What about the Philly Fanatic? Doesn't he have like a blowhole for a mouth?
He does. He has he has a fleshlight for a mouth.
Like, okay, what about, can I pour an acai bowl down the fleshlight of the Fanatic and use that as a promo? Look, I'm just trying to help your business, Shuddy.
This is actually a pretty good idea.
And I think the Fanatic is pretty much down for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Probably tongue dart his anus.
Totally.
I got to Google this motherfucker and see what he looks like. Ooh, 3 minutes. 3 minutes and we find out if I'm fucking sick for the 3rd time. God damn it.
It looks like the game is still happening.
Philly. And it's,
I need to bet it.
It's Fanatic with an F, right? Or do they try to do the double PH? It is the PH? Okay. Philly Fanatic. Oh, yeah. That guy's a very erotic mouth. Okay, fine. I won't watch the players eat, but can I face fuck the Fanatic?
Is there a chance that this becomes like a thing for you guys that you have to do it every game next season too?
Yes.
It's like a tryout?
Yeah, if they find them particularly tasty. That's
one of the franchisees in another Major League Baseball city has done this for them, and now does them for home and away teams when there's a game at Fenway.
Gotcha.
So this is potentially a big career move for you, Shuddy.
I don't know that career move, but it could be something that is very good for our store in Center City, Philadelphia. That's
who's the biggest star of the Phillies right now?
Bryce Harper.
So if they win the World Series, Bryce Harper would probably be the first person everybody's rushing to for interview quotes.
It depends. Baseball is a little bit different. If if somebody hits a home run that ends the game and wins the Phillies the World Series that isn't Bryce Harper, that's going to be the person they speak to first.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. But how great would that be if he was like, if Bryce Harper was like, oh, man, I was in such a slump. You know, this game really took a lot out of me, but I ate a fucking delicious acai bowl, and it really just lit a fire under my ass, and I was able to smash 15 home runs.
Listen, the woman from the Phillies did say that they were looking for an acai spot to order from regularly.
It's a good thing you went Gordon Ramsay on that first one. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
who is this employee that the first bowl they make for World Series contenders is a subpar bowl? Like, right then and there, that's a firing.
The Mets fan right there.
No, it was a Phillies fan who was just overexcited and rushed a little bit.
I don't know.
I mean,
Chevy
I don't
boy.
think 30 bowls is that big of a deal.
It's
Like,
not.
What's a rush hour look like, or like a Friday lunch? I don't even know if that's a rush hour, but you know what I'm saying.
Uh-oh.
I mean, a rush, something
Like, what's an average amount of bowls you make in an
like
hour?
30 bowls in an hour is not tough to do
Right.
at all. That's a bowl every 2 minutes. That's not uncommon.
Right.
That's not uncommon at all.
All right, so before I check the results, what do you guys think? Am I in the clear, or am I
I think you're in the clear.
doing
Yeah,
another dance?
I think you're in the clear. I'm nervous about tomorrow or the next day, but I think first day you'll be fine.
Well, I got multiple tests, so I am going to test myself tomorrow before I go to Jason's, and I'll give them a heads up that Carl just came down with it. But I mean, Jason and Katie are still like recovering from their bout with COVID. They got their fucking asses kicked after catching it at Skankfest. So the only person like I could give it to would be Tully if I went. But I don't know. I feel fine.
Is there a chance that you got it from them? Have you?
Ooh,
Been
and then
in
gave it
person
to
with
Carl. Ooh.
Yeah. Have you been in person for the Ellis show since Skankfest?
Yeah.
So is there a chance you got it from them?
There
you
is.
were asymptomatic and then gave it to Carl?
Yeah. I mean, it was like at a window where you can still be contagious when we went over there to do the last show. So we'll see. All right, well, without further ado, let's check this bitch out. Oh, it's not even. Oh, yeah, one line. We're chilling. Sick.
One line means negative.
Yeah.
That is correct.
2 lines means pregnant.
Good stuff, man. I'm happy for you.
Man,
Good to know the vaccine's working.
I'm almost wishing that was positive because that would have been a funny moment. I
What,
tried.
Just COVID positive on MSPH?
Yeah. Yeah. A positive result must show both a blue line and a pink line. Man, I can't fucking see colors.
But you know there's only one line.
Yes.
You can see that. No, let's just go with that then. You're good to go.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Fuck yeah.
You can keep all of your stand-up gigs booked. Do you have any stand-up gigs on the schedule this week?
I don't. I was gonna sign up for some open mics, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take this week off just because I'm gonna have to do a little bit more testing till I'm out of the woods. I don't want to fucking go to an open mic and get a bunch of people sick.
Man, that'd be a hilarious joke, though.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think they
start
would.
coughing and be like, hey, guys, I tested negative, but my girlfriend.
I don't think that would help my reputation much.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, fair enough. You don't want that getting around the comedy club circuit.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking disgusting disease spreader.
this guy's a fucking super spreader.
Man, I'm
Can't
looking
have him.
forward to see which celebrities get themselves in hot water by dressing up in stupid fucking costumes. Holy shit, did you guys see Diddy?
No.
There's video of Diddy dressed up as Heath Ledger Joker, and this dude went fucking method. He's out there like starting fights with people, getting in people's faces, just committing beyond committing. It's hysterical. It's fucking hysterical. Holy shit.
It looks great.
He does look
Like
good.
there's no. I only saw like him like as the Joker for like 10, 15 seconds, but there's no like I could not tell who it was. Like if it didn't have the caption, I'd be like, I would have no idea.
Yeah, and then he got in a fight with some guy who's an actor in that show Power, and he stayed in character, like fighting with this guy. The guy was like all pissed off because Diddy was too close to him. He's like, "The fuck away from me, man! Don't fucking touch me! You're too close! Get the fuck away from me!" And he's like, like giggling in his face, and he's just not breaking. And this guy, like, I think he might have been legitimately freaked out because he refused to even look in Diddy's direction. He was just like looking off to the side, like, "You better get away from me, dude! Get away!"
And he didn't know it was Diddy either.
I don't know. I don't know if he knew it was him or not, but fuck, it was hysterical. That just made
I'm
me like.
looking at it on the internet right now.
It's a cool costume.
It is. I hate that I had to go to TMZ for the good coverage of it.
What's wrong with TMZ? Bunch of hard workers.
Sure. They just, they should cover us maybe now and then.
Well, if you took a shit in a bong and then peed on it, we'd be getting some headlines.
Yeah, that would probably make TMZ.
How could the
Certainly
media
couldn't hurt.
ignore that? I mean, for Christ's sake, what do we have to do? I know
Are
none
they
of us are
even-
famous, but
Are they even doing their job if they ignore that?
I have a random brain question for you guys.
All right.
I had
Ladies
one
and
too, I
gentlemen, it's
forgot
now
it.
time for today's Random Brain Question.
It's not so random since it's topical, but I guess this one is more for Jeff. I'm sure you've seen that now that Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, there are rumors that he's planning on charging $20 a month for anybody who's verified to keep their check mark.
Sweet. Well, goes one of my Patreon news stories. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about this.
Oh wait, are you doing news today?
I did ask him to cover in case in case you guys decided to record without me.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, and I forgot we never communicated. So I have stories. Apparently Jeff has stories we're gonna have.
God damn it, that-
Jeffy Cake's fucking news.
My fucking stories, of course, suck. Yours are probably way better. That
Well,
was
we
one of
can-
the 4 that I pulled.
We can alternate and see, and Kevin can vote whose are better.
My shit's just not wacky enough. But hey, yeah, maybe it'll provide an interesting little news dynamic on the Patreon.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
anyway.
keep going with yours. Yeah.
Now that you've scooped him, let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Well, I mean, Jeff,
Hey,
you are verified. You were the first
Yeah,
one of
this
MSPH to get verified.
as are you, Kevin.
I am. Yeah, but you were first. You scooped me there. But is this something you will be paying $20 a month to maintain?
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
The second I saw that headline, I was like, at first I was like, there's no way this is true. Like, this is kind of like that thing remember when people used Facebook and then that thing was going around a lot where people like were sharing this massive
Yeah, copy
fucking
and
book.
paste, or you were going to be charged.
Yeah, like I refuse to be charged by Facebook. I'm planting my foot in the ground right here, Zuckerberg. You can't take my money. Or the stuff that was like, I do hereby declare all of these pictures are my property, and you, Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, you may not use them for advertising purposes. I do not give consent. I was like, this just seems like that same fucking bullshit that, the chainmail shit that everybody used to fall for on Facebook. But it's being like widely reported now. And this, I don't know. I have a couple trains of thought. One of them is either Elon Musk like leaked this just to get more press and to get everybody like, oh man, Twitter sucks now. And then they're going to be like, everybody relax. We're not actually doing this. And then people are like, oh, phew. All right, well, I guess I'll stay on Twitter. It's not that bad. I feel like it could be one of those things. Or he actually is that dumb and he's going to charge. Like, when I saw that headline, it was like, oh, that's the easiest decision I've ever made in my life. I will let my fucking check mark go into the ether. I don't give a flying fuck about that.
Other than getting a response from Quaker Oats, what has your blue check mark done for you?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, it hasn't done anything for me. Yeah.
the only like I got it because Sirius reached out to Twitter and was like, "Hey, these guys at the Jason Ellis show have unverified accounts," and like people were making spoof accounts, like making at Kevin Kraft sucks, stealing my profile pic, my banner, and all that stuff, and then just changing like one letter in my username, and we're using it to like harass guests of the show. So it was like, all right, these fucking clowns are like pretending to be me and trying to get us in like hot water with friends of the show and stuff. It's kind of fucking annoying. So they like got us verified and stuff. But like, I don't know, like like you're going to charge me money to keep it? Then all it does, like, everybody knows that you're a fucking chode. It's basically just the mark of a chode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Have we talked about Elon Musk on this podcast?
Not really.
Because I'm
A couple
pretty
of times.
I'm pretty long on this. I fucking hate Elon Musk.
Oh,
And
I
I've
know.
hated Elon Musk for a long, long time.
Oh, I know.
And now it's like the mark of like a liberal cuck to be anti Elon Musk. But I guess I've been a liberal cuck about Elon Musk for a long, long time because I fucking hate this guy. This guy is he's
a Bond
so
villain.
full of shit. So full of shit. Yeah, I guess at his worst he could be a Bond villain. I just think I don't know. I think it's weird to say this about someone who's one of the richest people in the world. I think he's overrated, right? I don't think his contribution to society has, like, it doesn't make sense how he has that much money, in my opinion. Like PayPal, which he pretty much invented, right? Or he came up with.
He did?
was one of
Yes.
Yeah. Like, that's fucking sick. Cool. You're a billionaire. You deserve it for coming up with PayPal. Not hating at all. All of his like SpaceX bullshit, I think is just like effectively him getting government money to come up with to try to pull off missions that really have no chance of succeeding.
Let me get down.
I mean,
And I always thought it was a fucking joke. All these dickheads on Twitter, some of which are Puminati, and I don't mean to disparage you, but just like saying stuff like Elon Musk is gonna help free speech. He's gonna fix free speech, and then lo and behold, the first fucking idea he has for Twitter is to charge money for it. Like, go fucking figure, right? Now I know a lot of these people don't really care because it's only douchebags or who they consider douchebags with blue check marks, right? It's kind of like, haha, get like whatever, you get what you deserve on that one, which is fair, right? I don't think I'm going to have to pay for my blue check mark. Like, I think Fox or Outkick will just pay for my blue check mark. That's actually what I'm like anticipating, really. Like, you guys can pay for it, right? Because to me, it doesn't help my credibility all that much, and it hasn't brought me a lot more followers. If they want me verified by Twitter, then they can pay for it. Is my thinking, right?
I guess.
I mean, it would be the same thing if you worked at Sirius, right? It'd be like, well, you guys should pay for it. That's also kind of part of my thinking of like Elon's strategy. I think Elon wants to like force media companies to pay for Twitter, which is an interesting play. I don't even hate it that much. But if it's like Fox turns on, it's like, well, you're going to pay for this, right? Like, what? No, you're going to fucking pay for it, right? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking stupid, dude. It pisses me off because it's just like there's so many fucking needle dicks who are like, oh, Elon Musk is going to help free speech. And of course, the first thing this guy comes up with is, oh, well, actually, free speech is going to cost you money.
I saw somebody tweet out the numbers for it. And this might be different because I think there's been two stories going around. It's either going to be like $5 a month or $20 a month. But somebody was like, okay, there's like 300 and something thousand verified Twitter accounts. If every single one of them pays $5 a month, it's like 1.7. I forget the math, but it was like a pittance. It was like virtually no money. So it's just like really all that's going to do is just drive more people away from the site. And I don't know, maybe that's what he wants. Because like initially he wanted to buy Twitter because like, I don't know, whatever. He's now bummed out at the terms of service he agreed to when he signed up.
I think he got his hand caught in a cookie jar. I think he was bluffing and didn't want to buy it.
Yeah, and then
was
they forced
talking
him.
shit. and then they forced him because he has so much influence, and like the stock prices fluctuated because he said he was going to buy it, and then the SEC's like, yeah, no, motherfucker, you're on the hook. You ran your mouth. You're buying it. Like I think
now he's burning.
I think he's bluffing.
Have you either of you? Do either of you have Showtime?
No.
Because he's definitely pulling a Bobby Axelrod from Billions. Like he's throwing his temper tantrum, throwing his dick around, buying the company that pissed him off.
Yeah.
And now he's fucking burning it down from the inside. Like he fired the CEO, the CFO. I just Googled. He released the board of directors. He's talking about moving it to Texas. Like he is gutting this company.
Yeah. And it's just like it's just like a micro penis thing. Like I don't know. It's just like to help his ego. I think, Kevin, your earlier point is the most likely possibility of him just like throwing shit at a wall and seeing if it sticks. Like, I think he's just saying stuff, like releasing these plans just to see, like, take the pulse of the room, so to speak, or take the temperature of the room just to see how they feel. Like, I'll put this out there, and if people push back on it aggressively, maybe I won't do it. Or maybe it'll be like, I don't know, one of the main editors of Outkick during our editorial call was like, well, maybe it's $20 a month or maybe it's $20 a year, right? Like, who knows?
Yeah, either way, I'm not fucking paying for it. Like, that was part of his reasoning when he was like, pontificating about freeing Twitter or whatever the fuck his pearl clutching nonsense is on about. Like, this is a free digital town square where everybody meets and shares thoughts and ideas, and if there's a terms of service you have to agree to, or you're not allowed to say these things, well, then that's not free speech. Well, do.
Yeah.
But like now, if you're charging money and shit, it's no longer this free cyber town square that you touted it as. I don't know. I feel like that fucking dude needs a hobby. Like, you're sending shit into space. You're making flamethrowers. You're making electric cars. I feel like there's better use for $44 billion than just buying a social media company just because you don't like the terms of services. It's just...
Shouldn't that ugly-ass truck be hitting the road by now?
Man, I want that fucking truck.
Just another project he didn't come through for.
Yeah, but then people pre-ordered it.
Yeah, but
right?
I think you only had to put $100 down.
Yeah. Which now just goes to a blue check mark on Twitter.
For 5 months.
Imagine they just like reallocate those funds. Like, hey, you get a blue check mark now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like in your camp, Jeff. I didn't like always hate Elon Musk, and I don't like hate him now. I think Teslas are kind of cool cars. I've been in a few. I like that
Fucking
they have.
sick, dude.
I like that they have whoopee cushions. I appreciate that. If I had the money and a charging station that I could jack into, I'd own a fucking Tesla.
As would I, for sure.
I do like outer space shit, so if he's trying to like expand humanity's presence in outer space, the nerd in me thinks that's kind of cool. I'm into that. But I think he's just caught up in being like a personality. And I think he initially was like, oh, I want the progressives to like me. And people were like, you're kind of a chode. And he's like, all right, well, fuck you guys. Now I'm a right-wing guy. Will you guys like me? I think he's just, instead of just being a rich businessman, he wants to be like a beloved figure on top of it. And he's just doing some really fucking weird shit to get there.
Yeah, like he gets support from the right or Republicans because he can troll the left. But like as a progressive, like he just wasn't going to get any respect because he's a billionaire, right? Like progressives don't like. There's no way a billionaire is an ally of a progressive. Like, like no one. Like, effectively, the most progressives mostly want like super rich to be taxed. Like he doesn't want
the way
that.
that the way that as a billionaire you get the respect of the progressives and the liberals is by doing what Jeff Bezos's ex-wife did with all the money she got from him when they got divorced and donated most of it.
Yeah, but she's not your average billionaire.
Right. No,
You know?
100%. But I mean, that's the kind of way that the ultra wealthy would be able to make the inroad with the more progressive side of society.
Yeah. It's probably part of like Bill Gates' angle for like giving away all his money once he dies and not to his children.
So Elon Musk is worth like roughly $220 billion. So he basically, and I know it wasn't all his money, but like a quarter of his net worth just to buy a fucking social media platform that, I mean, if anything, history shows that people's taste in social media is fleeting. Like, MySpace was king shit. Along comes Facebook, just doing the same exact thing, somehow drank his milkshake. Friendster was, like, I had a Friendster profile back in the day, because I was like, wait a second, some people that I haven't talked to in years from, like, high school and college are on here? I'd love to reconnect with those fools. So, like, I was on there. That's burned to the ground. MySpace, I don't even think that fucking thing exists anymore.
It does. We've been through this on the show.
No. The last time I checked it, I think it was just fucking gone.
No, it's still there.
But I think everybody's profiles have been wiped.
Not this. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah,
it's different,
dude. I think the possibility people should open up to is Facebook's going that way. Like, Facebook is in a lot of trouble, dude. And
they're lucky they own Instagram, because I haven't used Facebook in years.
Did you see that they've changed the name of the Oculus now?
Yeah, it's like the Meta something now, right?
Yeah, just the Meta Quest instead of Oculus Quest. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So I just Googled this. According to Forbes, Mark Zuckerberg has lost $100 billion since September 2021.
God
$100
damn.
billion. Like,
still not as bad as Kanye.
You guys know, you obviously know that guy, Jim Cramer, right? The CNBC guy who gives out stock advice.
Yeah.
There's a video trending the other day of him talking about Meta or Facebook's like fucking plummet. And this guy was in tears. He was in tears.
I heard
I think
about
he
that.
was telling people like Facebook cannot lose. Like, it cannot lose money. Like, go out and buy put your net worth into Facebook, and Facebook is taking a shit. And like, I think, we're conditioned, obviously for Facebook to be in our lives and Facebook to be this big thing, but like, it's not out of the realm of possibility Facebook takes a shit, because we've seen epic social media or internet companies take shits, right? Like,
yeah,
if you go back to like 1998 and you tell someone, AOL's gonna fucking die, they'd be like, whatever, like, you're crazy.
If you go back to 1998 and tell somebody that Amazon, the online bookstore, is going to be ruling the world, they're gonna be like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was one of the last fucking people holding on to MySpace. I kind of like MySpace. You could like create your own top 8, and like all your friends that didn't make the cut be like, better fucking step your game up.
Or give me some better gifts.
It like forced people to learn HTML so they could customize their page and put in backgrounds and music and stuff. Like, I always thought MySpace was superior to Facebook. I'm like, why is everybody leaving for this fucking stupid shit? And then one day it was just me there. And I'm like, all right, well,
because
I guess I gotta leave.
Fox buy MySpace?
I think what it was is there was so much porn spam. Like, every friend request was a fake porn bot, and people were just getting nothing but, bot requests, bot messages and stuff, and just gave up and went to Facebook, I guess.
I agree with your earlier point too, where it's like, if they, like, Instagram's saving that company right now.
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't have Instagram, it would be done. Like,
absolutely.
They'd be fucking done for.
I mean,
it'd be
a
sweet win for humanity, because fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's a chode.
Oh.
Yeah, I know none of us are Elon Musk, but still, like, for you to part with a quarter of your life savings, a quarter of your bank account, that takes some real fucking consideration. Like, I better make sure this is really, really worth it for me to take a quarter out of my life savings. And
I do think he was talking shit. And then, because you remember when they started to hold his feet to the fire on, he's like, well, I think there's a lot of bots on this website. Like, whoa, really? Idiot. You didn't fucking news flash.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it seems
news
dumb.
update. I just got the World Series is postponed. You're going to have to be making acai bowls Thursday.
God damn it. So is it raining by you, Shuddy?
No, not yet.
What time is the game supposed to start? Isn't it like 7 o'clock over there?
8 o'clock, yeah.
It's in
8
an hour.
o'clock.
It's one of those things where it's like,
There's a lot of things that they have to rearrange to do this because they were supposed to be off on Thursday and now they have to play. So they have to, there's a lot of moving pieces, I think.
of course. And it's like,
That causes them to wait till the very last minute to make the call. So now what happens to my bets for today?
they're voided. You'll have that money in your account probably in an hour and a half.
So then, so if I want, because the odds and everything are going to change tomorrow.
Yeah, all the bets will be voided. But yeah, it's like baseball. If it was a regular season game, Kevin, they would probably like play as much as they could, and then if it got past the fifth inning, you could call it at that point, or they would be more willing to like try to fit it around the weather. Whereas like they don't want to do that with a World Series game, right? Like if they see that weather could be a problem, even if it doesn't rain at all, which it might not. I mean, who knows, right? It's a fucking weather. But like even if it doesn't rain at all, they can't risk having the biggest game of their entire season fucking postponed or have like these weird TV delays because of weather, right? So they're just probably, I guess they're just playing it safe. Like, fuck it, we'll push it back a day.
Well, I mean, the first game of the World Series went till 1 a.m.
Because of the rain?
No, just in general. Could you imagine if
right,
they pushed the game back 2 hours and started at 10 instead of 8?
Yeah, because playoff baseball is probably running like 4-hour games. So yeah, I mean, it could go if there was any weather delay, you could be looking at 3 a.m. finish, and it's just like
I was up later watching baseball on Friday night than Jeff was, and it's his job.
I had money on the game too. I just passed out.
I watched a couple movies, and unintentionally, the only new movies that I watched in this past week were horror movies on Shudder.
Unintentionally? Bullshit.
Well, it happened, but then when I was like, oh shit, what do I have to review on the show today? I was like, oh, wow, two Shudder movies.
When I was looking for people to go see Black Adam with me, Mark's response was, not this month.
Yeah, I follow him on Letterboxd D. I follow him on the D, and he's quite active.
On the D.
Oh, wow, he just watched a good one, Night of the Creeps. I fucking love that movie. Fred Decker, fucking killing it. I watched VHS 99.
Okay.
Jeff, are you familiar with the VHS series?
I remember you reviewing it and saying it was good. Isn't it found footage stuff though?
Yeah. It's a found footage anthology.
Which you usually
thing.
don't like, and that's why it kind of stood out to me. It was like, wow, Kevin likes that. It might be pretty good. Do I have all that correct?
You know what? I've actually kind of warmed up on found footage.
Okay, but that is an old take you used to have.
Yeah. And then I thought about it, and I was like, a lot of the found footage movies that I watch, I end up kind of liking. Like,
yeah, right?
If I think back to Blair Witch, like, I liked Blair Witch.
Blair
That movie was
kicked
fucking
out.
sick.
Blair Witch was the scariest thing on planet Earth for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
I think, and I'd have to rewatch both of them again, but at the time, I enjoyed The Last Broadcast more than The Blair Witch Project.
I don't know if I know that one, The Last.
And it was
Broadcast.
the same concept, but it was about the Jersey Devil.
Ah. Wow, from 98. Isn't that the same year as Blair Witch? Or was Blair Witch 99? It was 99.
Wait a minute. Does
Interesting.
that mean anything to you, Kevin? The Jersey Devil? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Jersey Devil was like just an urban legend in New Jersey.
In the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, there's supposedly a monster living called the Jersey Devil.
He's like our
Hence-
chupacabra, our Squatch.
Hence the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that was based off of.
Yep, that's where that name came from, is because of the Jersey Devil urban legend.
Actually, I have a little more respect for their branding. It's pretty cool.
But so this is, I think, the 5th installment in the VHS series. The only one I haven't seen is VHS Viral, and that one is pretty much regarded as the biggest steaming pile of shit out of all of them. So this one had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shorts in it. And the first one was called Shredding, and it was a group of CKY posers, which, hit a little close to home to me. And they're...
I don't think it's fair for that to hit close to home for you.
I was
Because
a
you
CKY poser.
Yeah, but didn't you actually hang out with those guys?
Yeah.
Me and my friends were CKY posers. We were doing that kind of shit. More my friends than me, because I was too much of a pussy. Well, but when that stuff got popular, we were doing that, and we were nowhere near those guys. Obviously, you're in upstate New York. You kind of grew up in that area.
Yeah, and I know nobody ever believes me when I say this, but me and my buddy really did start doing stunts and stuff on video when we were 15, because we raided his dad's liquor cabinet and watched a sports bloopers video, and we're laughing so fucking hard. We were like, let's make our own blooper video. But you fall and slip on purpose. And we just started filming, I would run down the stairs into his basement and intentionally hit my head on the low hanging ceiling and just eat shit down the stairs. And then we saw, Jackass and the CKY videos, and we were like, oh my God, people are making money and getting famous off of this. Let's expand.
And Slow Children was born.
Yeah, and ended up costing us money in the long run.
I hear your point. I'm just saying, I think you're more of a visionary on this type of comedy and stuff than you're giving yourself credit for. You didn't obviously reach the same level of success as a Bam Margera or some, the Jackass guys.
I mean, in this segment of VHS, they were not doing anything impressive. It was all very cringy, and I think intentionally so. But oddly enough, they spliced in here and there actual clips of Ryan Dunn from the CKY videos. And I was like, oh my God.
Really?
That is very strange. But yeah, so this one they're going to wear what?
I was saying, isn't Ryan Dunn dead?
Yes, but
not prior to this movie being made.
Oh, okay, all right. That's what I was trying. That's what I was
stumbled into Ryan Dunn once, literally, outside the Note in Westchester, all wasted.
Was that the bar that Bam hung out at all the time?
It was the bar that Bam owned.
Oh yeah, I blacked out there one time at my friend's birthday party. And I think I
went
pulled
stumbling
my
out
penis
from
out.
a show and tripped into a dude and looked up, and it was fucking Ryan Dunn.
I'm sure you held your composure.
I looked at him and just was in complete shock and was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, no, it's okay. And was super chill about it. But I looked up, I realized who it was, and I just went totally I must have gone ghost white. Because I couldn't even get words out. You know how
was it weird, or was it cool going to that bar and I don't know, it's a famous person in your neck of the woods.
The bar is cool. I love that. I haven't been there in a while, but the Note was a great spot to see shows.
Yeah.
Anyways, VHS. What year is it? 98? You said.
Well, it just came out.
Well, that's the name
this
of
past week, but yeah, it's called VHS 99, and these.
Oh, it just came out.
Yeah.
And they had Ryan Dunn in it.
It was clips from CKY videos.
Right, but
yeah, so they just I don't know, they must have paid Bam or something to use a couple clips. But it starts like a CKY video, and they're all getting introduced and like getting all close to the camera and being like wacky, and then they like trip over a log or some shit, and then it cuts to them being like, all right, so there was this local punk band, this all female punk band, and they were all rehearsing down in the sewers or some shit, and they got electrocuted and died. So we're gonna go to the spot where they all died, and they go there, and there's high heel boots that are melted into the floor from when they got electrocuted, and then like the punk band comes back as zombies, and it was halfway decent. And then the second one was called Suicide Bid, where a girl wants to pledge a sorority, and they're like, all right, if you want to, you have to get in this coffin in this grave we dug and get buried in it overnight. And they leave her in there with a camcorder filming herself. That one was kind of cool.
That might be one of the gnarlier like pledge pranks I've ever heard.
Yeah, but I do not want to be in your fucking club that bad.
Yeah.
And then there was one called Ozzy's Dungeon that was kind of just a parody of Legends of the Hidden Temple, where this girl got injured while she was a contestant on it, and it ruined her career. So they kidnap the host and they make him go through a obstacle course, but it's filled with like razors and poop and all that. That was cool.
Razors and poop.
Yeah, like razor wire. He gets stabbed. He has to crawl through duty. I enjoyed. That was probably my favorite one. It wasn't very scary, but I liked the throwback. I liked the reference to Nickelodeon game shows and poop.
Shit. Yeah,
it's
that's your
poop.
brand.
Yeah. And then the Gawkers, which is just like a bunch of chodes that spy on their hot neighbor who ends up being a monster, and that was lame. And then To Hell and Back was a documentary crew that were documenting this group of like witches or cult members as they try to perform a ritual, and the ritual backfires and sends them to hell. Yeah, it was kind of lame. Overall, it wasn't the strongest. It was like
That sounds like a very nice way to put it.
2.5 dicker. I enjoy anthology horror because if something sucks, you just wait it out, and then there's another shot at something good happening. But yeah, this one was more thumbs down than thumbs up for me. Shuddy, did you end up, you went and saw Black Adam?
I did. I went to a 12:30 in the afternoon showing of Black Adam.
What day?
Saturday.
Did you have the
into
theater?
college football, so that's easy for you, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have the theater to yourself?
No, there were probably 6 other people in the theater. But it was a Dolby theater. I was the only person in my row in those nice, big, comfy, reclining leather seats. High as a motherfucker. Just enjoying my nachos and my Mr. Pibb. Having a grand old time. I enjoyed the shit out of that movie.
Yeah?
I thought it was a lot of fun. There were some parts that were really hokey. But it just, I know that he wasn't officially co-CEO of DC when the film was made, but the influence he had on the DC universe with Suicide Squad is definitely evident in Black Adam for James Gunn. I feel like comedically there was some stuff that was very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, like that opening battle sequence between Black Adam and the army guys, with it being in slow-mo with the soundtrack.
Yeah,
the soundtrack was really used as a good element for the film, and it just, the way that classic rock and things were thrown in there and used seemed very much like the James Gunn way to make a superhero movie.
DC does love their fucking slow-mo. Holy shit. Their movies have so much slow-mo.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun movie.
Yeah, not bad, right?
No, it was perfectly. It was, the fact that there was no conversation with the director, the creative team of Shazam and Black Adam was very evident.
Yeah.
Is DC on the come up? Are you going to give him more of a chance moving forward?
I mean, I'm not anti DC movies. They have more misses than hits, but they're getting the ratio is balancing out, in my opinion. Wonder Woman 1984 was a bit of a stinker,
Yeah, that sucked.
but otherwise they've all been solid since the end of the Batman v Superman era.
Does Batman, the Robert Pattinson, that's a DC movie?
It's in its own
It is,
standalone.
right?
Yeah, it's not part of the there is currently no Batman in the current DC EU. I mean, there is a Batman, but we don't know who it is. Because Ben Affleck is done. Robert Pattinson isn't in the new universe or isn't in the DC EU.
Well, isn't Ben Affleck's Batman going to be in the Flash movie? I thought they have like multiple Batmen.
They do, but I think he's done after that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they're like one more rape from Ezra Miller away from probably shelving that movie permanently.
He hasn't raped anybody, but he's done some. They
he's
have
like a
done
shoplifter.
some fucked up things.
Oh, he's a they them person.
Yep, I don't know how to answer that.
That I said that correctly, right? That didn't offend anyone.
Yeah, I think you stuck the landing there. I
I
think.
mean, all pronouns are still people, right? It's a they them person. I don't know.
It was the first. It doesn't matter, but no, yeah.
Oh, it does. I don't want to fuck this up.
So how many Black Adam dicks are you going to suck?
Oh, 8 there. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Great
many years
question.
now, finally sent. Unfortunately, viral controversy with the studio now.
Like,
So it looks like this Flash movie is going to come out, and Ezra Miller is done as the Flash.
What was his crimes again?
Oh
I thought
my!
it was shoplifting. Oh, he's got a rap sheet.
it's like strangulation, assault, destruction
Let's
of
see.
property.
Let's power rank that.
Accusations.
Ezra Miller's allegations and let's see, Indy Darn. No, I just want
Yeah, just give us the fucking.
I just want erratic behavior, abuse, and grooming allegations. Here we go. 2020 to 2020 to present.
It's on a 3-year run, 2-year run.
During the when Secrets of Dumbledore filming was halted due to COVID, Miller reportedly took up residence at an Airbnb in Iceland, along with artists, expats, and spiritual confidants. One anonymous woman who compared the house to a commune felt like everyone was hypnotized. Miller reportedly paid for food, weed, and lodging, where they held speeches about spirituality, alluding to possessing spiritual powers. So they tried to start a cult in Iceland.
That's kind of cool. In Iceland, wow, that is sweet.
And then in a since deleted tweet in April of 2020, a video surfaced that allegedly showed Miller choking a woman and throwing her to the ground inside a bar in Iceland.
Fuck, they'll probably deport you for that, right? Don't they get like one? Don't they have like one murder every like 3 years?
Not when Ezra Miller's around.
And then in January of 2022, they posted a video on their Instagram where they told members of a North Carolina chapter of the Ku Klux Klan to kill themselves with their own guns, or else we'll do it for you.
I can live with
Not
that.
a bad take.
I don't see any problems there.
Not a bad take.
Man, I just saw a picture pop up of Cardi B in a sexy Marge Simpson costume.
How'd you look?
And
I don't think
March,
I've ever wanted to bone her more. Holy shit.
In March, that's when shit went really crazy. And that's when they were arrested in Hawaii, charged with disorderly conduct and harassment following a physical confrontation with patrons at a karaoke bar. And then he broke into
Yeah, a lot of shit.
yeah, Kevin's done with it. But he broke into somebody's house. Like they've just been on a tear. And Warner Brothers obviously has finally had enough.
Free Ezra Miller. I'm on his side.
Sometimes
Damn,
people need to be strangled.
Cardi B got Marge Simpson trending on Twitter.
I mean, you saw the picture, right?
So it's her ass cheeks hanging out? And they're painted yellow?
I just see her from the front, like leaning over, dusting. She's dusting a Grammy, and her big fat Nugatos are on display.
Oh, man, I have to find this. I didn't see the right picture, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so how many dicks are you sucking, Shuddy?
I will take 4 Black Adam dicks.
2 in the mouth, 2 in the ass.
How long do you think it took Cardi B to get that Marge Simpson fro?
I mean, they probably just bought the fro and stuck it on her head.
Come on.
What, you think they dyed her actual hair blue and shaped it up in like a big pointy shrub?
No, I realized that was a stupid question. I was just hoping you were going to entertain me.
Oh.
I didn't realize it was a stupid question before I asked it, though. I really did. I didn't even consider them buying a hairpiece.
Cardi B has short hair. It would have taken them forever
Yeah.
to turn it into a beehive that tall.
Yeah, as you're saying it, I realized how fucking stupid that question was, but whatever.
I watched another movie on Shudder. Oh, once I'm done vomiting all over myself. Shuddy, have you heard of Deadstream?
No. Why would I have heard of that?
Well, I think it's a pretty popular Shudder movie. I know you regularly talk to Dominic and Mark Rooster.
They know their audience. They don't
bother you with that shit?
No.
I just saw like a lot of people talking about it, saying it was pretty good, and Carl and I were trying to find a movie to watch before we watched The Lost Boys. So we put that on because it's brief. Watched the trailer and it looked pretty good.
It's another found footage.
It is. It's about a guy who's a YouTuber, and he puts himself in uncomfortable situations and does stunts and does things he doesn't want to do, and has a massive presence, and somehow steps in shit, gets himself in trouble, loses a lot of his audience and his sponsors. And he does the whole apology tour thing. And then he's like, all right, well, I've come up with this stunt to rebrand myself and, reclaim my throne as a top streamer. So he's like, I'm a giant pussy. I get scared very easily. So I'm going to go to a notorious haunted house, lock myself in there and spend the night and live stream the whole thing. And it's a horror comedy. So he's kind of like an annoying character, but he's being an annoying YouTuber. And I don't know, I kind of liked it. It was very goofy. It did have a nice mix of comedy and horror. It wasn't, straight up slapstick like Scary Movie, but it definitely had its goofy comedic moments and then some pretty good jump scares and creepy shit. And I don't know, it was cool. Like they show him with this rig, so he has a camera aimed at his face and then a camera strapped to his head and a switcher in his hand, so he can just, as he's live streaming, switch back and forth. And then every now and then he goes to the comments and people are like talking shit to him and he gets all pissed off and yells at them. And then some legit creepy shit happens. And it was a fun fucking watch. I was surprised. It was kind of just like a throwaway. Let's kill some time before the sun goes down and we can put on Lost Boys. I thought it was pretty fucking good. Nice toit runtime. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Has some pretty creative gimmicks. Nice twist on the whole found footage thing because it's a live stream. And he's going around to all the different rooms and suction cupping GoPros all over the place, and then he has an iPad that he can control the stream with, and anytime there's movement or somebody in the chat is like, "Oh, dude, there's a ghost in the bathroom. Switch to the bathroom feed." It was time well spent. Clearly didn't have much of a budget, but it was very effective with the little bit they had. I thought it was cool. I don't know. It's like a 3.5 dicker.
I'm reading Dom's review of it.
Oh yeah, Dom's review is very silly.
Deadstream gets points for originality for sure. Nothing says groundbreaking like a booger-picking ghost who makes you drink your own urine. Others have said that this could be described as Evil Dead meets live stream, and I'll have to agree with that. It's scary, silly, and freaking gross.
Yeah. Dom
Do you
summed it up.
agree?
Yeah. I agree with Dom's score and his assessment. That was a solid flick. Okay.
Have you watched anything,
Let's see.
Jeff?
No.
Have any new docuseries come out?
No. There was one on the Nissan CEO who has some weird backstory. I think he either faked his own death or someone killed him. But I didn't check that out. I think it's a short watch too, so that's something I'm gonna check out. There's something else on Netflix I was eyeing, but I didn't watch anything. I fucking suck in that department.
I just can't fucking tear myself away from all this gay porn.
Oh,
that reminds me.
that does remind me. I don't know. That doesn't remind me, but I want to watch All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm a little surprised. Not surprised. I kind of was hoping that you guys had watched it already, but it makes sense, it being scary, spooky season, that you haven't been able to check it out yet. I'm sure you got that on your radar, though, right, Kevin?
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours, but it looks like it's getting good reviews. And is it German? It's like a German remake?
I think it's in subtitles, and I think it's German.
It's
yeah.
100% a German film by the
it's
name
an all
of the
German
actors.
film.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. All right, well, so we're watching it from the perspective of the bad guys. Interesting. What's his face? Sauger from Breaking Points. Just a guy whose news coverage I pay attention to on Twitter. I like him. He said that this movie is like really, really fucking good, and like probably the best war film he's seen since Saving Private Ryan.
Holy shit.
He's an opinion who I actually enjoy his opinion on various topics, but I think it's going to be good. And my brother said that the people whose movie reviews he trusts says it's going to be says it's really good too. So I'm anticipating it being a banger.
It's I think it's sitting at a 4.0 on the D right now, and that's a tough score to get.
Yeah, I know the D doesn't just hand out four dickers.
Yeah, much like MSPH. We reserve our 4 dickers and higher for very special occasions.
Yeah, or Netflix true crime documentaries. I think I've given like the last 4 of those that I reviewed 4 dicks or higher.
Well, yeah,
the Vatican Girl, sick. You should check that one out, Kevin.
Okay.
I think Carl started watching it. Did she give you any updates on it, or you just don't even talk about that anymore?
No, she hits me with the true crime stuff a lot.
And Kevin's face goes blank, and he brings out Mr. Purple.
He starts fidgeting, and it's like when we talk about sports.
Yeah, it's like
how quiet you got when Steve was here. Yeah.
How is this going to tie back into comic books? How can I make that leap? Well, before we take off, let's chip away at Mount Voicemail and do a couple of
voicemails. Yay!
And see what some of these fine, fantastic humans in the Puminati have to tell us. Let's see, where did we leave off? Fucking what? Is it this one? Maybe. Oh, God damn it!
Yeah, I don't remember you asking us if we could hear it. Oh no, we did because you played the Jeff drops.
Yeah.
Does poop was the one again? I don't know if this counts as a random brain question or just hey, what do you think about this review? But Constantine, Keanu Reeves, the girl from fucking The Mummy. Dude, is that not a five-dicker? I'm sorry, but is it not? That's my question. Is it not?
It's not. Constantine's a decent movie, but five dicker. That's pretty insane.
I like Constantine. I'm not going to call it a five dicker, but it was solid. It's a vampire movie.
No.
Doesn't Constantine kill dead things though? Kill dead things, fight dead beings.
Doesn't he fight dead beans?
I know he likes. I know he's a chain smoker. That's
Yeah.
accurate, right?
Yes, that is accurate.
Okay, so I got that much. What does Constantine do again?
He's like a magician, and he deals with the occult and demonic shit. And
So he's a non-religious guy that performs exorcisms.
And he's a scoundrel. Yeah, kind of. I mean, loosely, sure. That's kind of accurate.
What would you do? You have a score on Constantine, either
Yeah.
on Letterboxd or off the top of your head? You can give this guy.
Yeah, I looked it up. I rated it a 3.
Oh my god,
Yeah, it's
bad score.
decent, but it's not great. I mean, it's from 2005, so you know what you're getting with the special effects. They look a little unrendered and rough around the edges.
And it was an odd take on the character.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that movie very much, and I have since it came out, but I was not familiar with the source material at all the first time I saw it. And now that I am, it's a very strange. It's Constantine adjacent. Like, it's similar, but it's almost like the character is completely different, which I don't hate. But
Yeah, it's almost like the studio execs were clearly in charge making the big decisions on this one. Like it's like an out of touch studio execs interpretation of Constantine.
Should have been some Regatos, huh?
Yeah. You do get a young Shia LaBeouf. He was okay in it. They're doing more, though, aren't they? They're either doing like another Constantine movie or a series with Keanu.
yes, that's what the rumor is.
Yeah. I'll check that out.
It also had Rachel Weisz in it.
Yeah,
Rachel Weisz.
but no
I'm gonna
Nugatos.
look up her Nugatos. I feel like they've been in a movie before or shown in a movie before.
All right, well, while you look those up, we'll play the next voicemail.
Hey guys, Canada Ken here. Hope you can hear me okay. I've got my phone cover on today. It's raining pretty hard out on my roof. Just wanted to call to let you guys know I didn't make it to the bathroom the other day. I was out on my route. I was feeling it. I knew I had to go. But you know how sometimes when you have to pee and poo, if you take a pee, the poo kind of goes away slightly, almost like the bladder releases the pressure off of the bowels.
Well, let's discuss this. If you both have to poop really bad and pee really bad, I don't know why he would have just peed and not pooped at the same time and handled his business. But, like, if you just pissed, would that make your ass feel better? Because I feel like if I was holding in turds and had to piss real bad, and I made the conscious decision to only piss and not shit, I feel like just relaxing so pee can shoot out of my penis could also at the same time relax the back door and potentially make me shit my pants.
That checks out in my head. I don't want to say never, but I've rarely had to shit and not piss. Obviously, have to piss all the time and not shit.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine just peeing and holding shit in.
Yeah.
Like
that
I'm
sounds-
covering them both if I have to do one or the other, or if I have to do shit, I'm covering them both.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hear about him shitting his fucking pants.
Back to Canada again.
So I went pee, figured everything was okay. But maybe 2-3 minutes later, it came back with a vengeance, that feeling. So, again, thought I'd relieve a little pressure, take a little off the top, had a little fart. More than a fart, definitely more than a shart. I had to waddle my way back to the depot, to the station.
So he shot turds out of his ass. It wasn't just like his ass blowing his nose in his boxers. He blasted some dukes.
And he had to walk back to the depot.
Waddled my way downstairs and, pulled everything off, and there it was. More than a shart, all stuck to my underwear. So I threw that away and finished up my business and continued on my root beer balls. Kind of sucked, but, made for a good story for you guys. Anyway, enjoy your day. Thanks again for keeping me company out here. This day sucks in the rain, and yeah, it's a little funnier with you guys around. Bye, guys.
Yeah, keep your pants clean, Canada Ken.
He laughed maniacally.
Well, that's because he's a pants-shitting maniac. Yeah, I mean, it's a risky game. Like, we all know the dangers of sharts. You knew you had a turd in your ass. And, yeah, it's a coin flip. You might be able to relieve a little bit of pressure and catch some relief, but you're playing with fire. I mean, at that point, he did blast a nugget into his pants. He was clearly in discomfort. At that point, should you just open the floodgates and just fully shit yourself? Like, you already have poop in your pants. Just go all the way. Get it all out.
I don't think I could ever come to that conclusion. Where you should just shit your pants, whatever. You're mostly there.
I mean, you're you do the show from your bedroom. There's a bathroom like 5 feet from you. You should get a pair of Depends and see if you can just actively shit yourself.
Force yourself to shit your pants, Jeff.
Yeah.
I feel like you're as close to your bathroom as I am to mine. Why don't you do this?
I think yours is a little bit closer.
I don't think so.
I think it might be a little bit.
I actually don't. I think it's fair enough. Yeah, it might be a little closer, but either way, this is your idea. Why don't you do it?
Well, you also don't have a
Because
girlfriend.
he never wants to do any of these dumb ideas.
I do plenty of dumb ideas.
None of them involve shit. Not a single one of them.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them involves shit.
Yet.
But both of the ones that you're trying to foist on us.
Well, Jeff also doesn't have a girlfriend that will dump him for shitting in a diaper.
That's true.
I mean, your girlfriend has seen you do all this dumb shit on social media, and she still hasn't dumped you.
That's true.
What's the breaking point?
Probably me shitting in a diaper.
I don't know. Just don't tell her.
She likes to pop in every once in a while, and I know how things go. Women have that fucking radar where if they do. Like the second it hits the RSS feed, it's gonna be like, oh, what? It's like that.
You mean pop into the podcast, not like. Yeah, she's never randomly shown up during an MSPH recording.
No. She'll be like, you know what? I haven't listened to an episode of MSPH in a while. Let me check in and see what the boys are doing. Oh, Kevin shit in a diaper. Cool.
Yeah. That might be a deal breaker.
All right, let's do one more voicemail. Oh, it's fucking Canada Ken again. Wonder what he shit on this time.
Hey guys, Canada Ken calling again. Just calling in today. I had something pretty crazy happen this morning. Thought I'd share the story with you.
By the way, these voicemails are quite literally 24 hours apart. 7:06 a.m. the first one, 7:16 a.m. the next day.
I find it a bit entertaining. Woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning, and it sounded like an automotive garage in my driveway. It's a lot of cutting sounds and bolt sounds and stuff like that. The hell's that? So I look out the window. I don't see anything. I go to the bathroom window. in the other side of the house. I look out, and I see someone walk between my cars. Like, oh shit, someone's stealing something. So I run back to my bedroom, put on some pants, don't want to run out dick flailing. Grabbed a kendo stick that I leave laying at the door. I'm sure you guys know what that is. It's a Singapore cane, like a bamboo stick. Hurts a lot.
Yeah, I've been hit by one of those. They suck.
Why don't you just have a fucking baseball bat? Whatever. Anyways.
So I walk outside and I say, can I help you guys? And obviously they ran right away. One guy jumped on his bike, took off. The other person started running down the road to get to their bike. So I took chase. I caught up to them and I gave him the hardest whack as I could, right in the back of the head. And I heard this yelp. Then the guy on the bike that took off first yells back to me, "You motherfucker! You just hit a girl, you motherfucker!" And I yelled back, "You put her in that situation." So then he starts yelling again.
Checkmate.
Kind of got heated. I don't know how a criminal is trying to tell me about honor and the right thing to do and not to do, but, you know, here we go. So I looked at him, looked him up and down, and just said, you know what, I'm going to get my gun. And I turned around and walked away, going back to the house. I do not own a gun. He took off pretty fast. Cops came, couldn't find them or anything like that. Yeah, that was about it. They were trying to steal my catalytic converter, so they were underneath with a sawzall and sawing it off at 5 a.m, not thinking anyone would hear. And yeah, I did. I heard. And I checked.
I don't know what a catalytic converter looks like. I always picture a flux capacitor from Back to the Future.
No, it's under the car. It's part of the exhaust.
Yeah, but I don't know what it looks like, Shuddy.
It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just...
catalytic converter, Kevin.
Does it look like a flux capacitor?
It looks like... No, it's...
The Tin Man's dick?
Piece of metal. It's a metal, like, bulb. It's
a bulb? It's bulbous?
It's bulbous, yes.
Okay.
Is there a little fan in there?
No, there's no fan in there.
I knew that. Kevin, there's no fucking fan in there, right? I know what you're thinking.
I don't know. It sounds like a fan would be in there. All right, I'm looking at a picture of this motherfucker. I got to see now. There's so many... It looks like a muffler.
Yeah.
It's part of a muffler, Kevin.
Oh. You can steal those things?
Yeah, people cut them off of cars in the middle of the night.
Wow. I was
Apparently.
picturing something like smaller, almost like a spark plug, something that you could just easily access and yoink. Not, a big bulbous metal thing that you have to chop with a sawzall.
They're worth a lot on the black market, apparently.
I wonder if they were going to, like, how many catalytic converters they steal a night or a day. That little team. They got caught here, but I wonder how many successful catalytic converter heists they have under their belt. Guess we'll never find out, huh?
Probably not.
I just think the randomness, the fucking, what is it called again? The kendo stick?
Yep.
This motherfucker has like isn't that what Donatello had?
No, he had a bow. Kendo stick is what Mark Blackman used to come out with in the WWE. Like, they look like bamboo sticks. They look like swords.
But it's notched a little bit. So there's like little gaps in between it. And when you get hit, it kind of like, you feel the
Whips.
impact and it pinches you too. It gives you a little pinch.
Didn't you got hit on your ass with one of those, right? For Ellis?
Yeah,
was it your back?
My back and my ass. And those
Did
things
it hurt?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, those things fuck you up. They do not feel good at all.
I like the guy who said don't hit a woman. Lecturing him about I guess civility.
Yeah. Like that's he thought he found like the perfect loophole, the crime loophole. Well, just bring a chick because you can't hit a chick.
Can't hit one of them.
Not when she's criming. No way. Here. There's like 30 seconds left in this.
And I hit them. Felt terrible hitting a girl. I really wanted to take a second swing because my first one kind of grazed the shoulder and head neck area. It was dark, so I couldn't really see well. So I really wanted that second swing to make sure that they felt it. But as soon as I heard the yelp and the guy told me it was a girl, even though it was a thief, still.
Yeah, maybe I could have given her a nice little whack on the pussy there, eh?
Felt like I couldn't take that second swing knowing that I was hitting a girl. So, yeah, there you go. That's my morning, and now I'm out delivering, getting out all this aggression. Have a good day, boys. Thanks.
Do you think he said "oot" 5,000 times in that voicemail as a troll job?
It's a great question. I think he intentionally became more Canadian.
So I poured some maple syrup on my kendo stick and I ran after them. Right out of my
Yeah.
hoose.
He ratcheted up the Canadian for the effect.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the theatrics, Canada can. You are a peach.
Did he leave the next voicemail?
No, he didn't. He took a break.
Thank God. Are we doing one more?
Nah, I think we're good.
No.
Oh, shit. We're going to head on over to Patreon land. If you've never joined us there, it's quite nice this time of year. Weather's great. Not too chilly, not too hot. Right in the
Need
middle.
a break from the end of fall, beginning of winter season. Come over to the cool winds of Patreon, MSPH Patreon.
Yeah.
MSPatreon.
They are stinky, farty winds, but they're comfortable.
And might I be as so bold to say that if you've never seen a snack attack video, you haven't truly lived.
Yeah, what are you even doing with your life?
Yeah. You should definitely rectify that by going to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Play that drop that you have for me from behind the paywall, just to give them a little glimpse
Play
of what
one
you
of
get
them.
on
There's
Snack
so
Attack.
many.
Yeah. So if you wonder what it's like when Jeff does a snack attack and he films himself eating a brand new treat or snack and waxing poetic on it, you're going to get something that sounds a little bit like this.
Excited to Felch just come right out of this little fucking hole. And yeah,
Tastes good.
Sorry to disappoint you guys though, but I do that fully clothed. Excited to.
You know what? One of the things, real quick, I forgot. I don't know how I forgot this, but Jeff saying that he was fully clothed reminded me. As we were getting to the stadium today, there were planes flying around with banners, you know, like they have at the beach and stuff. You guys are familiar with that.
I live next to the beach, not Kevin.
No, but Kevin went to the Jersey Shore as a kid.
Yeah.
So he knows what I'm talking about. Somebody had a banner promoting their OnlyFans flying over the stadium, but OnlyFans was spelled wrong.
Like intentionally to get by the censors?
No,
Like
it was
OnlyFans?
only
Like
it
Fanatic.
was only FAS. They forgot the N in the banner when they put it up in the air because it was only FAS.com/ and then whatever the person's name was. It took, like, I was like, what the fuck is only FAS?
That reminds me, Kevin, didn't you see a billboard in Hollywood for an OnlyFans? Or was this someone hollering at an OnlyFans creator?
It was a holler. It was a banner or a billboard right by Hollywood and Highland that said, Kazumi, you are so hot. Please notice me. P.S. Your OnlyFans is the best. But there's no way to contact this fool. Like, even if she was like, oh, I've always wanted to fuck a guy that would take out a billboard at a chance to spit game to me. Like, no way to get in touch with this guy.
This sounds like marketing on Kazumi's part.
Yeah, I
thought so as well.
Maybe she's doing it.
I thought
Yeah,
so. It's still up there. It's been up there for a fucking long time. And every time I drive by it, I get a little laugh.
I mean, you think, like, how much money some of these OnlyFans creators are making. Like, they could actually afford it.
Oh, my
And
God, yeah.
talk themselves into it being worth that marketing.
She could
Yeah,
probably
for real.
She could probably afford to pay Biden to wear a hat with her OnlyFans URL at the next State of the Union.
I mean, obviously, this OnlyFans creator that was advertising before the World Series is making enough money that they could pay for advertising during the World Series on a plane, you know, but
Yeah.
they're also putting it out to a mass market of like their demographic. Like,
For sure. But it would be funny if she couldn't afford the N in OnlyFans.
that's why.
Or they wouldn't market an OnlyFans because of it being a porn site. So it was like, all right, OnlyFans, whatever.
That's probably what it was, but it was like quite obviously an OnlyFans.
But if it was a typo, how mad do you think she was? Appropriately so.
As she should be.
You know how much fucking money I shelled for the stupid airplane billboard? You fucking idiots couldn't even spell OnlyFans right. Like, I make OnlyFans and I can spell OnlyFans right.
So yeah, you don't get to see our dicks, but sign up for our Patreon. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. And follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffra Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Jeff, what's your sports betting podcast people can check out?
It's called Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark. Very easy to find.
Yeah, check that out.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks
Ride
for shouting that out.
Ride the money train with Jeff. And
yeah,
that's about it, friends. But until next time, something.